Hey y'all, it's Sarah. I wanted to share some cute accessories of things that I have found kind of out in the wild at random that are pretty cute and easy to use. And you can kind of see here, I've got some glasses, tumblers, whatever you want to call them, a cute little aquarium. There's no resin in this one just yet. A cute little vase, and I've got one that's already done. And I wanted to share what these things were or where I found them. So the first thing that I've got, so you can see I've got a little tray of, these are hair beads. And I have several types, so I threw them all in here. But specifically, I'm playing with these slightly larger clear ones. You can do the white ones. They've got all kinds of colors. I believe Dollar Tree now carries these. I got mine from another dollar type store that wasn't Dollar Tree, but you can kind of find these in a lot of locations. And they're just cute little hair beads. All I did to turn these into actual cups where they'll hold things. And let's see if I can pick one up. So you can see it's now a cup. It can actually hold things. I'm sure you probably guessed it. You can see at the beginning I had just some clear resin, and I just took a little bit of wax paper slash sticker paper. This is like the backing from contact paper or stickers or whatever, and you can see that just peeled straight off the resin that was on there. It allows you to put things down and place your resin items on there without it actually sticking, so you kind of get a flat bottom or a flat back that's easy to remove. So I just lined a bunch of these up and poured just enough resin that it kind of hit the bottom. I'm not going to sit and do these just at this moment, but I poured just enough resin to kind of fill the little bottom hole, and as quickly as I could, I went ahead and ran it through my light. That way it didn't have time to like seep out from under, so I got a pretty decent closed bottom. Let's see. You can see. If you let them sit there too long, it does give the opportunity for the resin to seep out underneath between the bead and the wax paper. And it really doesn't take all that much. You can do it with any of them, and you can try to match your resin to whatever bead that you're using. Although for the cute little clear ones, I felt like they were a really good example of just some little tumbler glasses. This one had some of these amber color beads, and fun thing about those is even with the clear resin, because of the outer color, it still kind of blended in. So on some of the more clear ones, you can get away with just straight up clear resin. But I want to talk about some other pieces that I've got sitting here also. Okay, so let me explain what you're looking at here. These are like little footings or chair protectors. I don't know if you can see that. They are stretchy chair protectors or feet protectors for furniture, and they come in a lot of different sizes. The reason I have so many is we happen to have some Amazon resale places around here, and by the end of the week, before they go to restock with whatever their new merchandise is, they've got a lot of bins where people have busted packages open, and basically the bottoms of their bins start to look like trash. There's lots of little components, things that have broken off of items that people were digging through, packages that got open and the pieces and parts got loose. So on their 50-cent days or their fill a basket for whatever days, when they're down to that point, when I can really see the bottom of the bins and find all the extra components, that is one of my favorite places to find little odds and ends that look like something else. So these, they are slightly rubbery, you can see, because they pull up over your chair leg or your table leg. What I did find is that once you fill them with resin and you hold them in that light and let them start getting their shape, the resin hardens and then you just get something that looks like a vase, something that looks like a cute little aquarium. And one of the things that I wanted to share is that because they are a rubbery material, and you can see I've got like just a little Dollar Tree, their tumbling tower piece just happened to fit perfectly in there. If the shape is too far off, because they are rubbery, I stuck a couple of those in there or found something close to the right shape, put it in there, used my blow dryer or a heat gun, and kind of re-soften that to get the shape back, because some of these, you can tell, they get squished down in those little bins, those little, the bottom of everything, and they're squished, and they get misshapen. I was able to straighten the shape out some with a heat gun, but also just with resin itself once it started filling up. And as the resin started to harden, I just kind of held it into the position I wanted. You could honestly alter the shape, because once the resin hardens, it's going to help it keep in that shape. So here's one that I did. It's got some little crystals in the bottom of it. And I think, what did I use for the little crystal? Oh, I emptied a silicone package. You know, the kind, or the silica that comes in the bottom of things, that it's supposed to keep it fresh and whatever the reason they put it in there. I emptied one of those packets in there first to be like little crystals or little glass rocks, and then put my resin over it. Another idea, like I said, I didn't put any resin in this guy yet. You can see those are the little silica beads. I didn't put any resin in this one yet, because I'm not quite sure. I'm still trying to find some really tiny rocks to go in the bottom of that instead. But just using this as an example, Dollar Tree has these little kind of containers too. They would also make cute little fish tanks. I think my poor guy needs to see a vet. But these are just little odds and ends and bits and pieces that I collect, and I get asked, where did you find that thing? And you can see how cool that actually looks. And you can see they're rubbery. But once you put that resin in there and harden those up, they make fantastic little pieces. I forgot to grab one out of one of my doll houses so you could see what it actually looked like once resin was in it. But those are super cute. These are pretty cute as well. And this style right here is fairly common from what I've seen. You can find stuff like this on Amazon, just looking for furniture feet covers. And they have, most of the time, they're going to have some kind of felt bottom, which almost makes the piece look even more finished to me. Once it's done, like, that makes that look like a very finished piece. So I wanted to share those little bits and pieces of things, because I have been asked occasionally about where the small accessories come from. And I always feel bad, because I always have to answer with, well, it's little bits and bobs of things that I find. And that is the truth. I'm sure you could look through your own junk drawers and do similar. But sometimes I get a little lucky and have made friends-ish with one of the owners of one of the Amazon resale places around here. And when they get down to those days where it's literally nothing but basically the trash that they would dump those bins out, I get to kind of dig through and find the little broken pieces. A lot of times it's lids to things that got removed. It's one little component to something that I have no clue where it came from. So it's real hard for me to explain what it is or where I found it. But I did want to kind of explain out some of these. That's all I wanted to share with you today. If you got any questions about the ones you see in front of you, hit me up. Oh, this is another example of bits and bobs. So my straws are, my clear ones are out of spray bottles that I cut down, like the inside of little spray bottles. I think the clear ones may have came out of the spray bottle for my eyeglass cleaner when it got empty. And then the pink ones came out of something else and I just cut them down. So just weird stuff like that I look for. And as soon as I get the idea, I at least try to cut it down to its component size so that I remember what I was using it for and I don't end up getting a lot of junk piled up, because you could feasibly keep every piece of trash ever, but I don't want to do that. So I usually try to go straight into the idea as I'm saving it so I know what it's for later. But hopefully those tips will help you, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, y'all.